Welcome, my dear students, and I am Ravi Shankar. Today, let us go on with the unit number 4. Let us start with the lesson called to be work, energy, and power. So, in this lesson, we are going to study about when your work is said to be done, then how your work can be done, and what is the power that we are required to do your work. So, all these three combined together, we can consider it as a single lesson taken to be work, energy, and power. And today, let us start with the initial one called to be work. Before going to study about this work, first of all, let us design or let us define what do you mean by work, what do you mean by energy, and what do you mean by power. After defining these three, let us focus our attention to each and every topic, and then we will start with work. So first of all, let us go with the definitions of work, energy, and power. So how I can able to define work, or when I can say a work is said to be done. See, according to physics, a work is said to be done only if there is a small displacement produced by the force applied. If there is no displacement produced by the force, then according to physics, no work is said to be done. So how you can able to define work means, we can say work is said to be done. Work is said to be done by the applied force, by the applied force only when a displacement is produced, only when a displacement is produced or a displacement is made on the body on which the force is acting. So we can say a work is said to be done by the applied force only when a displacement is made on the body by the force. See, if there is no displacement produced on the body by the applied force, then according to physics, we are not at all doing any work. For example, I can say I am taking the classes now and you are listening the classes just by sitting at one particular position. In general, you will be saying that I am doing a work, I am listening your class. But according to physics, you are not making any displacement. You are just you are sitting at one particular place and listening to the class. So since there is no displacement, no work is said to be done according to physics. That is work. Then the second one, we have to define energy. What do you mean by this energy? Energy can be measured in terms of work. In all cases, work and energy will be going along in same track. How you can say or how you can define energy or how you can able to measure energy? Energy is nothing but the ability or the capacity to do work. So how much amount of work is being done? With the help of the amount of work done, the energy can be what? The energy can be studied or energy can be measured. Here in our topic, we are going to study about the concept called to be mechanical energy, which is the combination of potential energy and kinetic energy. So how you can define energy? Energy is defined as the ability or the capacity, the ability or the capacity to do work. The ability or the capacity to do work is called as or is known as energy. See, even though you are having energy in different forms, for example, you can say light energy, wind energy, sound energy, solar energy, like that, we are having different forms of energy. We are going to focus our attention in this lesson regarding mechanical energy. See, what do you mean by this mechanical energy? Mechanical energy is nothing but the mechanical energy is the combination of potential energy and kinetic energy. So potential energy and kinetic energy. So the combination of potential energy and the kinetic energy generally called to be mechanical energy. So I can write like this: mechanical energy is equal to the sum of potential energy and the kinetic energy. So in this lesson, we are going to focus our attention only regarding the mechanical energy. So if you want to study about the mechanical energy, we should study about the potential energy as well as about the kinetic energy. Then what is power? See how this power is related with work, or power is related with energy. The rate of doing work or the rate of doing energy, or we can say the rate of change of energy or rate of doing work. How much work is done in a given interval of time, that is rate, the rate of doing work, or we can say the rate of change in energy, how much amount of energy is changed in a given time. That will represent what? That will represent the power. So we can state the power as, power is defined as, power, we can say power is defined as the rate of doing work, the rate of doing work, or you can say the rate of change in energy, or you can say that rate of change in energy. See, rate of means you have to divide it with the time. You have to divide time, either the work, or you have to divide the energy with the time. Either energy divided by time is said to be power, or work done divided by time is taken to be what? Is taken to be power. So in this lesson, we are going to study about these three topics elaborately. In this, what is work? Work is said to be done by the applied force if it produces a displacement on the body. Then what is energy? The ability to do the work, or the capacity to do the work is energy. In this lesson, we are going to focus our attention regarding mechanical energy. So mechanical energy is the combination of potential energy and kinetic energy. We will study it in detail regarding all these. And the third concept that we are going to study in this lesson is power. The power is nothing but rate of doing work, or rate at which the energy is being changed. So energy utilized in a given time, or work done in a given time is taken to be, or is considered to be, the power. So we will be studying about the, let us focus our attention regarding the work in this topic now. Okay, let us see how you can able to study about this work. Already I have told that work is said to be done if there is a small displacement produced on the body by the applied force. So let us consider a force. So you take like this, you consider a force, and let us take that force as F. F is a vector quantity. So consider a force F, or F vector, acting on a body, acting on a body. See, on a body, if a force F is acting on it, let us take like this. The force produces a small displacement. The force produces a displacement. Let us consider the displacement produced by the force as dr vector. Displacement is an also vector quantity. So consider a force F acting on a body. That force produces a displacement, and the displacement produced is given as dr. So therefore, let us consider the work done. So work done is given by W. Work done is given by the formula, the dot product of the force F vector and dr vector. So how it is being defined? About now, work done is defined as the dot product or the scalar product of the force F vector and the displacement vector. So it was defined as work done is now defined as or expressed as defined as the dot product is defined as the dot product or the scalar product. Dot product or the scalar product of both vectors f vector and dr vector. So how I can write this experiment or mathematically? I can say the work done W equal to f vector dot dr vector. See, if since it is a dot product, we can say the work done is an scalar quantity. Work done is a scalar quantity. See, work done is an scalar quantity means it is having no direction, having the magnitude alone. So if work done is considered to be a scalar quantity, what is the magnitude of this work done now? So the value of the work done is given by modulus of f vector, modulus of dr vector into cos theta, where you can say theta is the angle between the force f vector and the displacement vector dr vector. So we can say the work done is given by the formula in magnitude given as W equal to F into dr into cos theta. Or if you are writing it in terms of dot product, we can say that work done W equal to F vector into or F vector dot dr vector. Now, what is the unit for this work done and what is its dimension? So what is the unit now? See, what is the formula? F vector into dr vector. The force is measured in terms of an unit called to be Newton. And the displacement measured in terms of an unit called to be meter. So unit of work done is generally written as Newton meter. Newton meter combined together, we can say it out as joule. So this joule can be represented in terms of the capital J. What is its dimension then? What is the dimension of work done? When you are considering the dimension for force and displacement. Force, we can get the dimension as m l t power minus 2. What is the dimension for meter or length? It is L. So on multiplying, the dimension for work done is m L square t power minus 2. So m L square t power minus 2 is taken to be what? Is taken to be the dimension of work done. Okay. Now, when I am considering the, see, when I am taking the work done is equal to force into displacement, what is unit work done? Unit work done means I can take that as 1 joule of work done is taken to be unit work done. So I can consider what do you mean by unit work done? So, okay, unit work done. Otherwise, this unit work done can be taken as 1 joule of work done. How you can define unit work done or 1 joule of work done? How work done is being related? Work done is equal to F into dr into cos theta. The work done measured in terms of joule, force measured in terms of Newton, displacement measured in terms of meter. If I am taking the work done as 1 joule, then I have to write this as 1 Newton multiplied with 1 meter. How I can define? See, unit work done or 1 joule of work done is defined as 1 joule of work done is defined as work done is defined as when 1 Newton of force acting on a body produces a displacement of produces a displacement of 1 meter. So if 1 Newton of force acting on a body produces a displacement of 1 meter, then we can say the work done is said to be 1 unit work done, or the work done is considered to be 1 joule of work done. This is an 2-mark question. You may expect this question as a 2-mark question. See, I have written a formula, isn't it? Work done is equal to F dot dr, or I can get it out like this. See, F into dr into cos theta in magnitude, where I have told that theta is considered to be angle between what? Angle between the acting force and that of the displacement. Let us consider an example like this. I'm having a body here. On this body, the force is acting along this direction. When the force is acting along this direction, the body is producing a displacement along this direction. Let us consider that displacement as dr. If so, angle between the applied force F and the direction of displacement dr vector is taken to be theta, then we are saying that this work done is equal to F vector dot dr vector, or I can say that F into dr into cos theta in magnitude. See, from this relation, I can state what are the quantities on which the work done is depending upon. So from this relation, I can say work done depends upon, or work done by the force depends upon. Work done by the force depends on. It depends on 3 factors. One is the applied force F, another one is the amount of displacement made dr, and another one is the angle between the force F vector and the displacement vector dr. So I can say the work done by the force depends upon, number one, it depends upon the force F. The second one, it depends upon the displacement that was being produced by the force. I am taking it as that the displacement as dr vector. Dr vector means it is a vector quantity. R cap or vector can be written as xi cap plus yj cap, or we can write ri, rj, ry along the x-axis or along the y-axis or along the z-axis. The displacement may be along any one of the coordinate. So it is generally represented as dr vector. And the third quantity, which is depending on the work done, is the angle. That is the angle between what? The angle between F vector and what? And the dr vector. That is the angle theta. This we are taking it as the work done when we are considering by the force. The work done by the force is given by F into dr into cos theta, and the work done depends upon 3 components. From the formula itself, we can say that the work done is directly proportional to force. So it depends upon force. Work done is directly proportional to displacement. So it depends upon what? It is depending upon the displacement made. And the force and the work done is directly proportional to cosine of angle theta or cos theta. So we are saying it is depending upon the angle between what? It is depending upon the angle between the force F vector and the displacement vector D vector. Hope you should have understood. Now let us see when this work done will be 0 and when this work done will be maximum. Let us see again. See, first of all, let us consider what are the different cases in which the work done will become 0. So let us consider the different parts or different cases. So we are going to study about the different cases along which or in which the work done is taken to be equal to 0. So let us consider the different cases in which the work done is equal to 0. Let us take the first one, when the work done is equal to 0. So let us consider this as case 1. Work done is equal to 0 if the acting force F equal to 0. So what is the explanation? You are having a body moving along the horizontal direction on a smooth surface. That body which is moving along the horizontal surface on a smooth horizontal surface will continue to go or continue to move as no force acts on it. In that case, the work done is equal to 0. So first I am saying the work done W equal to 0, then when the force acting on the body is equal to 0. When this situation will occur. So for that, I am stating an example. So I am considering a body moving on a horizontal smooth surface, which will continue to do so or continue to move as no force acts on it. In that case, the work done is 0. So let us consider that example. Take like this. Consider a body moving on a smooth horizontal surface. That body will continue to move. That body will continue to move or continue to do so where there is no force is required to do so, as no force is needed. As no force is needed, as no force is acting on that continuous motion, we can say F equal to 0. We know that the work done is given by the formula F into dr into cos theta. As F is equal to 0, work done is equal to 0. This is the first case. So let us consider case number 2. What is case number 2? The displacement produced is 0, then work done is also 0. See, I am having a lorry that was being standing before me, and I am applying a force on that lorry. That lorry can't able to move because of its heavy weight. So the force that I am applying is not sufficient to move that vehicle. Automatically, since there is no displacement, then work done by that force applied by me is also equal to 0. So let us consider the case 2. Case 2 is work done is again 0 if the displacement produced on the body is equal to 0. So we can say the work done is equal to 0 and the displacement is also considered to be 0. For example, I can consider this is a rigid wall. On this rigid wall, I am applying a force. By applying a force on the rigid wall, the wall is not going to move. So no displacement. Then we are saying that no work is said to be done. Moreover, I am taking the logs of book, some 4 or 5 books, I am taking it in my bag and placing it on my head. So the force is acting in the downward direction. Just I am sitting here without making any displacement, just taking the books, taking the books and placing it on my top. What will happen? I am sitting here as it is without making any displacement. The force is acting in the vertically downward direction. Then also, since there is no displacement, no work is said to be done. So for this, let us consider another example. The example that I have told you regarding the second one, pushing the wall with the help of my hand. The wall is not able to move. So no displacement, no work is said to be done. For example, if I am taking like this, if a force acts on a rigid wall, and the wall won't produces any displacement, and the wall is not producing displacement, wall not producing any displacement. So wall is not producing any displacement means dr equal to 0. If dr is equal to 0, we know work done is equal to F into dr into cos theta. Here dr is considered to be 0. So work done is taken to be 0. Is there anyone? Then let us consider the case 3. In which case, that is the case 3 in which the work done is considered to be again 0. So I am taking case 3. See, in case 3 also I am saying work done is equal to 0 if the displacement produced is, if the displacement produced is perpendicular to the applied force, perpendicular to the applied force. So the displacement produced is perpendicular to the applied force means we can say the angle between the displacement and the applied force are perpendicular to each other. That is theta equal to 90 degree. If so, automatically you can say that what? Automatically you can say work done is equal to 0. Why? Let us go for an example. See, when you are considering an example, let us take like this. The same example I have told. I have taken two books and I am placing it on my head. Along what direction the force is acting? The force is acting in the vertically downward direction. If I am moving along the horizontal line, what will happen? Then automatically the angle between the direction of motion, that is displacement, and the force of action, both are perpendicular. In that case, the work done is considered to be 0. For example, I am taking another one. See, a man is standing and he is holding two buckets of water on both of his hands. He is standing on an horizontal road. So the force that is acting on that buckets of water are along the downward direction. So the vertically downward force that is acting is taken to be mg. But the force is acting in the downward direction. And if this person is walking along the horizontal direction, force is along the vertical direction, and the displacement dr vector is along the horizontal direction, then in between the force and the displacement you are having 90 degree, or we can say both are perpendicular to each other. Then we can say what happens? Then we can say that the work done is equal to 0. Why? The work done is given by the formula F into dr into cos theta. Here theta is 90 degree because the force acting on the body and the displacement produced are perpendicular to each other. Since theta is 90, I can write cos theta equal to 0. So work done is also equal to 0. Now, you do one thing. After calculating this work done is equal to 0, let us go for another example. We have studied about the centripetal force in our in your third lesson. The force that is acting on the object when the body is moving in the circular orbit towards the radius, along the radius towards the center. Isn't it? Along the radius towards the center, you will be calling it out as the centripetal force. When you are considering the displacement will be along the tangent drawn. Along the tangent drawn, you will be having the displacement. See, along this direction, you will be having the displacement dr. But the centripetal force, what we are calling it out as CPF, is acting towards the center. So angle between the displacement made and the centripetal force is considered to be 90 degree. Then work done by the centripetal force, work done by the centripetal force is taken to be equal to 0. Why the work done by the centripetal force is 0? Since the force is acting along the radius towards the center, along the radius towards the center, and displacement is along the tangent drawn to the circle, along the tangent of the circle, along the tangent of the circle. Both are perpendicular to each other. Both are perpendicular to each other. That is, the direction of force and displacement, the tangent and the radius are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, theta equal to 90 degree. So work done is also equal to what? So we can say work done is considered to be equal to 0. So from this, I can say based on the angle, the work done is taken to be what? Work done is considered to be 0 or maximum. When work done is maximum, we can say, see, I can say this work done is maximum. Work done is maximum. Let us take this as case 4. Okay. This case 4, work done is maximum, not 0. Work done is maximum if theta is equal to 0. That is the applied force. That is the applied force and the displacement made. The applied force and the displacement made are parallel to each other. Are parallel to each other. If they are parallel to each other, then we can say either parallel or anti-parallel. Both are correct. Or anti-parallel. Anti-parallel. Why? Because theta may be 0 or theta may be 180 degree. So cos 0 is 1. Cos 180 is equal to -1. If you are considering work done is a scalar quantity. We are not going to consider whether it is a plus or minus. So we can say work done is equal to F into dr into cos theta. If theta equal to 0, then we will be saying W equal to F into dr into cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. So work done W equal to F into dr. Similarly, if anti-parallel, theta equal to 180 degree, that is force and the force and we can say displacement. In case of frictional force, we can able to get this. Cos 180 is equal to -1. So we can say work done is equal to minus of F into dr. If you want, you can say it out as negative maximum. But since work done is a scalar quantity, work done is a scalar quantity. We are not considering about the direction. We will be saying just work done W equal to F into dr. So maximum work is said to be done on the body by the applied force if the body is producing a displacement either in the direction producing a displacement in the same direction as that of the applied force. We can summarize this for different angles. Let us consider a small tabular column. Let us consider the angle theta in between the force F and the displacement. If theta is not, let us calculate what is the value of cos theta. If cos theta is not, let us calculate what is the work done. Work done is given by F into dr into cos theta. For example, if I am saying theta equal to 0, then cos 0 is equal to 1. If cos 0 is equal to 1, then I can say the work done is taken to be positive. Moreover, the work done is considered to be maximum. Isn't it? Let us take this as the first case. Let us consider the second case. You consider theta to be greater than 0, but it is less than 90 because at 90 it becomes a 0. So if it is less than 90, and when you are considering the value varies between 0 to 89, let us take like this. So 0 to less than 90. If theta value varies from 0 to less than 90, what will happen to cos theta? Cos theta, if it is for greater than 0, it is considered to be less than 1. If it is 0, it is considered to be equal to 1. If it is less than 0, then it will be less than or it will be equal to 0. So if it is less than 0, cos 0 is 0. If it is 0, if it is equal to 0, it is 1. If it is less than 90, then the value is less than 1. So if cos theta value is less than 1 up to 0 to 90, then this value will be positive. For 90, it is 0. We are just considering the value is less than 90. varying from 0 to less than 90. So you can able to get the answer as what? You can get the answer as less than 0 means cos 0 is also cos of value less than 0 is 0. And if it is 0, it is equal to 1. If it is 90, it is 0. So 89 point something, it is like considered to be less than 1. Now, this is the second case. What is the third case? You consider theta equal to 90 degree. So you have to put cos 90. Cos 90 is equal to 0. If cos 90 is 0, the work done is also considered to be 0. Now you consider the angle greater than 0. So if you are considering theta greater than that of 90, but less than that of 180. If that is the case, if it is greater than, less than 90, then you can say that we can say what it is considered to be 1 less than that is cos theta, it is considered to be less than 0. Isn't it? If it is cos 180, it is minus 1. Minus 1 is less than 0. So cos theta is minus 1, minus 1 less than 0. So what will be your answer then? Less than 0 means you will be getting the answer in terms of what? You will be getting the answer in terms of negative. If it is negative, when it will become negative maximum? When it will become negative maximum means when theta equal to 180 degree, I can write cos 180 is equal to minus 1. Then I can say this as the value of work done is negative maximum. So usually the negative work is said to be done only in case of what? Only in case of the frictional force. Because the body is moving in one direction and the frictional force is acting in the opposite side direction to the direction along which the body is in motion. So only in case of frictional force, the negative work is said to be done. Almost in all other cases, the work done is considered to be positive. Hope you should have understood this concept of work done. Still, we are having two more concepts. What is the work done by a constant force? And what is the work done by a variable force? That which will end this topic called to be work done. Along then some 4 or 5 problems are there. That we shall do it in our next class. Until then, goodbye and thank you from Ravi Shankar. Thank you.